have the right stuff? Can the women from Down Under waltz away with the title, or will the Americans make it 3 in a row? And who will catch the ultimate wave when the surfers take to the sky as ESPN presents the SKYBLAZIN World Championships?
Hi, my name is Don Swayze, and right now I'm about 13,000 feet above Eloy, Arizona. We're watching as one of the freestyle teams is getting into their starting position. Any second now, they'll be launching themselves into a mid-air gymnastics routine that'll take them over 2 miles straight down in about 50 seconds, where my ground-bound colleague will be standing by to... Oops, let go.
SKYBLAZIN is an exciting new sport that combines human body flight and a video camera at speeds over 150 miles per hour. 2-member teams are made up of a performer and a camera flyer who wears a helmet-mounted camcorder and flies along to tape the action. Together they develop and perform 3-dimensional mid-air routines, trying to record the best videotape of human body flight. All of these competitors are specially trained athletes and are competing under strict safety guidelines designed for experts only. Hello, I'm Neoma Twining, and we're here for the 3rd Annual World Freestyle Championships. And if that isn't excitement enough for you, we've also got highlights from the first ever sky surfing competition. About time you showed up.
Yeah, my flight was late.
The freestyle teams have 2 rounds to complete. First, a compulsory. Second, a free routine where you'll actually see some dynamic 3-dimensional performances.
And in the sky surfing division, they just go for it. You know, we have teams from 10 different countries here, and they just can't wait to get in the air, so when we come back, we're gonna start shredding some sky.
Brought to you by Holiday Inn Casa Grande.
This is new? A twin for normal skin and a twin for sensitive, right?
It was great.
A new Big Twin Select.
Made a big man out of me.
There are some good reasons not to wait any longer to replace your car battery. Come to Walmart.
We'll keep you going without draining your budget.
With top brands like Energizer automotive batteries, the most powerful they make, engineered for longer life in hot climates and more dependable starting in cold, with a 72-month limited warranty. So if you're always on the run, or you need to be,
First, run to Walmart.
always the low price. Always.
Do you know the tax laws?
I have interest in tax laws, but that is not an area that I feel comfortable with.
I feel ignorance about them, which of course ignorance breeds fear.
We don't have to know the tax laws. We can turn that over to H&R Block and let them do it for us.
Income taxes are all we do. Let America's tax team take the worry out of your taxes.
H&R Block takes care of me.
It's one less hassle in life.
H&R Block, America's tax team.
Everyone knows Contact wrote the book on cold medicine. Then they added this chapter, Contact Day and Night. On this page, yellow day caplets that knock out your cold symptoms without making you drowsy, so you can breathe easy and work all day long. On this page, blue night caplets that relieve your symptoms to let you rest. Both formulas control your cold symptoms with the right medicine at the right time. Contact Day and Night, another important chapter in cold relief.
Nicoderm, nicotine transdermal system by prescription only.
I'd heard about the Nicoderm patch, but when it comes to something like that, I only go to one place for advice.
Nicoderm, ask your doctor about it.
After all, who knows better?
You did a nice swan, too, with an arch right here at the end, but it doesn't count.
Nice. Scoring this competition is actually different than scoring any other sporting events. So tell me exactly, what is it the judges are looking for?
Well, the judges will be looking for 4 key elements: creativity, control, difficulty, and communication. Each of these categories is worth 25 points for a perfect score of 100. 5 judges score the competitors by watching the videotape recorded by the team. In demonstrating control, the judges are looking for clean, crisp moves. Starting and stopping maneuvers on the same heading gets a high mark. For difficulty, the judges look at the level of the overall routine and individual moves. In judging creativity, a team must show originality and variety. Creative camera work is another plus. Good communication is most visible when the team stays close together. Something the judges don't like to see is a lot of distance from the camera. Both partners must work at this, and it's crucial for a high overall score.
A look at the women's freestyle division after the first round finds the defending champions, Stewart and Cottingham, a surprising third overall. You're looking at the 1991 champions from Elsinore, California. Dale, an aerospace engineer, also won the 1990 title. Nervously, she gives Ray a helping hand up the ladder, even though he, at 52 years old, is a veteran of over 5,800 jumps. After their disappointing first round, they know that even though the second round counts for 2/3 of the final score, they must still pull off one of the best performances of their careers.
And they begin their 50-second routine in a poised side stag position as she kips into back layouts, front layouts, nice straight torso, stopping in a daffy, nice extension, turns the daffy to show control, now into some stag front loops, and into a compass, great form. Now she goes through some Thomas flares, a beacon, and an inverted stag, as we see Ray working from a traditional camera position. Now she cartwheels into a back layout. She makes this look so easy. And into an Eiffel, a signature move of hers. And look at this new move she calls a Cleopatra. They've got to be happy with this dive.
All right. All right.
Hi, Dale. Reaction, how'd it go up there?
Oh, that was fantastic. That was one of our best ones ever. I'm real happy with that one. The exit clicked, we were all together, got set up just perfectly, and I had a smile on my face the whole time.
As we look at a replay of that Cleopatra, look at this score, a 92.7. This can pull them back to the top of the standings.
From Sydney, Australia, and currently in second place is the team of Calkins and Cunningham. On the ride to altitude, you can see Roz visualizing the routine in her head. While very experienced with 2,600 jumps between them, all of the Aussies began doing freestyle only about 6 months ago.
Okay, she starts off with a series of stag barrel rolls, stopping in a T. Now she kicks back into some back layouts. Nice form. And now some stag back layouts. They seem to be having some problems staying together as you see Gary working hard to stay with her. Now she rotates a daffy, does a Deanna into some daffy loops. Now they're closer together. And she does a front stag loop into sitting straddle pike. Nice straight legs. Back into a T. And Gary drops away for the end of the routine. Check out this shot of Roz under canopy by our ESPN camera flyer, using her toggles to steer back to the landing area. Quite a view. And Gary comes in for a landing. As we look at the replay, the score reflects that what she's doing is not real difficult, but she does have good form. They just need some more time in the air together.
The current leaders are from Kansas City, Missouri, and won the silver medals last year. They must feel immense pressure in spite of the fact that they are ahead for now. They know all too well what Dale and Ray are capable of and feel they must simply go for it.
As they enter the air, look at this. Jamie is rolling with her. And she stops in an inverted T. Great form. Watch here as Jamie rotates around her and booms down. Now she flips over into a T, a straddle, and then back loops into her trademark Chinese split. Now here's a new move, a spider pirouette. This move really shows off her dance background. Now they're rotating the Chinese split together. Look at how close they stay here. Now she does a cartwheel, kickbacks to a back loop and into a T. And she comes in, oops, a little too much to grab Jamie's arm. They start a spin, and he slingshots her away for the finale.
Yeehaw!
Woo! Good job.
Now, as we look at a replay of that incredible split rotation, you see that they get a really good score, but that little overamping toward the end of the routine may have cost them a point or two.
When we come back, boys on boards.
Dobbs Auto Centers presents things you can depend on. First, a yearly visit from Uncle Fred. And second, Dobbs, where you'll find the largest in-stock selection of Goodyear tires in the Midwest, plus our own Cordovan economy tires, all on sale. Buy any set of 4 tires for as low as $22.95 each and receive a complimentary Kretschmar ham, perfect for your upcoming Super Bowl party. There are 30 convenient locations in the St. Louis area, so remember,
depend on Dobbs.
And on Uncle Fred.
Hi, George Weber. At Weber Chevrolet, we earn your business by having one of the largest selections of Chevy cars and trucks in the United States. With 2 locations, our tremendous volume enables us to give you the lowest prices along with the highest trade-in values. We back all this up with service second to none. Whether you need a car or truck, want to buy or lease, need a new vehicle or a used one, you've got a lot of good reasons to choose from at Weber Chevrolet on I-270 in Creve Coeur or George Weber Chevrolet on I-255, Columbia, Illinois.
Win? Give me one good reason.
I'm a big man.
This is new? A twin for normal skin and a twin for sensitive, right?
It was great.
I'm a big man.
A new Big Twin Select.
Made a big man out of me.
Oh, there, see, they just... There's a whole bunch there, they just spread out there.
Watching these performances is incredible, but keep in mind that the camera flyer, the person actually responsible for shooting the footage, is actually a member of the team.
Right, what they do is amazing. It's not easy either. For instance, Jamie, our camera flyer, aims by looking through the sight here and smoothly moving his helmet. But that's the easy part, right?
That's right.
The hard part is flying the camera into position using your body. It's difficult because not only do you have to react left and right, forward and backward, but the rate of descent is constantly changing faster or slower. To make the freestylist appear to be stationary in the TV frame, a camera flyer must know the routine, anticipate the next move, and fly their body in any direction. And all this happens very quickly. Well, that's a tough enough job. An even more difficult task faces the second camera flyer on each dive. A separate team of ESPN camera flyers goes along to get the shots of the competitors working together in the air. To avoid interference, the ESPN camera flyer exits from a separate plane, then dives fast and flies on instinct to get those amazing shots of the teams in action.
So have you tried this thing yet?
No, not yet, but I want to.
Well, so tell me about this board. Is this a regular snowboard or what?
Well, the first boards that were used were borrowed from the snowboarders, but this one's a lot lighter, more maneuverable, aerodynamic. Another unique feature is this emergency release handle, should the skyboarder need to cut away the board to open his main parachute safely. The sport is so new and there's so few people doing it that what we're doing today is more of a demonstration sport, so the rules are just go for it.
From DeLand, Florida, you're looking at the most experienced team in terms of total number of jumps. Between them, they have over 11,000 skydives.
This team does have a lot of experience, but even to these guys, sky surfing is still on the edge. Check out Bob's landing. He makes it look real easy. As we look at the replay, you can see his transition from loops to an inverted helicopter. Good control.
And from Phoenix, Arizona, this is the home team. While not as experienced, they're catching up fast.
Here we get a good look at Russell's board. And there they go. Now this is his small board, more suited for fast maneuvers. And Russell kicks the board loose just before touchdown.
It's great. Love to surf the skies. The funnest thing in the world to do.
Let's look at a replay of this flyby. As he front loops into the sun. Pretty hot stuff.
When we come back, the wild men of freestyle.
Fresh, pure, and natural. Budweiser, king of beers.
A twin blade from Bic? What's in it for me?
I'm a big man. Big man.
This is new? A twin for normal skin and a twin for sensitive, right?
I'm a big man.
Yo, I'm a sensitive guy, so I tried it.
Big man.
It was good. It was great.
The new Bic Twin Select. Normal, sensitive.
It really blew me away.
You made a big man out of me.
Big man. Big man.
Every competitor here is an expert. Some have hundreds, even thousands of skydives under their belts. What do you have, about 700 now?
Close. But everybody had to take that very first step. And today, it's easier than ever before. Because of the same advances in equipment technology that makes the gear so dependable, there are now oversized canopies large enough to carry 2 people. It's called tandem jumping. After a 10-minute briefing, a passenger can experience the total exhilaration of free fall, securely attached to a specially trained expert. This allows just about anyone to fly through the sky and land with a pro their very first time.
It was wonderful. Oh, my God.
A look at the men's freestyle division finds 4 teams within reach of the gold as they begin the free round where the score counts twice as much toward the total. From Australia, this is the 5th place team right now. Freestyle really only started 6 months ago down under, and they've really progressed rapidly.
Here they poise for the exit and into what Carly calls an armchair barrel roll. Now he gets set up for back layouts, half twists into front layouts, half twists again into back layouts, and slides off heading a bit into a daffy. Now he turns the daffy, does a daffy cartwheel, puts his feet together to a straddle stand-up and turns it. And a cartwheel, back loop to a T. Now he does a Deanna, and as you see Cootie working hard to stay with him, Carly does a double stag barrel roll into an inverted T. Notice the camera right over the top now as he goes into a spinning recliner with counter rotation of the camera. Nice teamwork.
How was the jump, Cootie?
Hot, mate. Excellent.
Cool. Very good.
Excellent, man.
The replay shows that spinning recliner, but it was after the 50 seconds had passed and does not count toward their score. Still a good showing.
From Arizona, this is the home team. Right now they're in 7th place, but have some secret stuff under their cuff.
While it may look like Bob is still in his slippers, watch how he enters the air in a standing position. Now what he's done is attach some shoe-sized pieces of plywood to an old pair of sneakers, which does comply with the rules that say you can't use any props that can be dropped. Here he goes through some back loops. And there's Kelly as Bob goes through a front loop to a left turn, a right turn, back loops, and look how Kelly sinks down for this spin. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Now a T, into a straddle, and a cartwheel. And look at this, he's walking. Michael Jackson, eat your heart out. And he walks off camera for the end of the routine.
How'd it go, Bob?
Not bad.
As we look at a replay of, you see the judges score them quite high. If only originality counted, they might win hands, or rather feet down.
Based in Davis, California, these are the acknowledged wild men of freestyle. Olav, head diving here, is a veteran of 2,000 jumps, and Mike, here going over his safety check, is an extreme skier who began jumping only 9 months ago.
Look at this starting position as Olav hangs from the bar, flips upside down, and from a handstand, pushes off from the ceiling of the plane. Add some inverted camera from Mike, and Olav stabilizes into what he calls the Olav frog. Now he turns it to show control. The descent rate of these guys is incredible. They are going really fast. Feet down into a stand-up. Wow, look at the speed of these back layouts. Now with twists, and now stag front loops. Stopping in a stylized stag stand-up, now a camera barrel roll from Mike as Olav does straddle back loops into a stand-up and drops down in a spinning Indian seat. Feet down, feet up, feet down, very vertical stuff. These guys are over the edge.
How'd it go? Wonderful. Ask him.
Let's look at a replay of those ballistic back layouts. Uh-oh, the judges must think they're too radical. Only an 89.5, but that should get them in the medals.
You're looking at the third place team after the first round. Kokobu has the least number of skydives here. This airplane stuff is still really new to him. In Japan, Kokobu is an instructor at an indoor skydiving facility. Peter, with 1,700 jumps, invited Kokobu to come to the States 3 months ago just to learn the outdoor sport and enter this competition.
And Kokobu charges into the air. His exits are still basic, but he's adapting well to the outdoor sport. Going into a stag helicopter, and he gets it going pretty fast, and boom, stops in a T. Now he front loops into a straddle, nice extension, great form. And he goes into front layouts, half twists, into a straddle. Here you can see Peter working his wings, constantly adjusting his rate of descent as Kokobu goes into some back layouts and into a T. Now he kicks back into a headstand, right under the camera, and starts a helicopter. Now he really warps it up and transitions into that stag helicopter of his for the ending. Good, solid communication by this team. Carrying the teamwork through, they land together.
Yeah! Yeah! Nice skydive! Yeah!
And let's look at a replay of his straddle into front layouts. Oh, great score, 90.3. They could win it all with that.
The Nicoderm patch, nicotine transdermal system.
I'd heard about the Nicoderm patch, but when it comes to something like that, I only go to one place for advice. I got together with my doctor. He said, look, Nicoderm is not the whole thing. So we sat down and talked. That was months ago. And I gotta tell you, I'm glad I talked to the doctor. After all, who knows better?
Nicoderm. Ask your doctor about it. By prescription only.
Some people get nasal congestion, but if you get sinus congestion, use a sinus spray like Sinex. Only Sinex has a decongestant plus Vicks Vapors, so you can feel your swollen passages open up. For sinus, think Sinex.
A twin blade from Bic?
What's in it for me? This is new?
A twin for normal skin and a twin for sensitive, right? It was good.
The new Bic Twin Select.
Made a big man out of me.
Join Speed Week as we count down the top 10 auto racing stories of '92, from Richard Petty's retirement to the Indianapolis 500. Speed Week, a season review, Saturday night at 7:30 Eastern.
You've got the need for Speed Week.
After a very strong performance by the others, the final two teams both know they must simply put together a great dive, not only to stay ahead, but to finish in the medals. Based in Paris, California, here's the top American freestylist and his Aussie partner. On the ride to 13 grand, Richard takes time to clean his camera sight, and Scott gets psyched.
Okay, as these guys start their climb out, it looks pretty ordinary, but then they hop off, linked together at the foot, using a releasable binding system. And we see Scott go into a T. This is a real tough thing to fly, but Richard's camera angle may not show the judges just how tough it is. Now you can see them, as Scott drops into a V seat, and Richard fires the release. Scott goes into a stand-up and a series of back layouts, throwing in some twists, and here you see Richard working from a traditional camera position. As he winds it down to a T, then a D and a twist to a T, and surprise, he intentionally opens his main parachute early with a flourish. As Richard lands, they're stoked.
That was great. That was twice as good as the first one.
Oh, it's great.
As we look at a replay of the foot link, ooh, the judges were not impressed. Only an 85.7. All they can do now is wait to see if they're still in the medals.
From Italy and Belgium, but based in Spain, here are the leaders, and what a Cinderella story they are. Bruno, at age 29, is a veteran of 4,300 jumps. He teamed with Marco, the drop zone custodian, after he saw what he was doing with less than 500 jumps. Their performance is especially amazing considering Marco has absolutely no gymnastics or dance background. Marco says he simply goes to sleep, dreams his moves, then goes out and does them.
As they get ready to go, look at Marco close his eyes. As they come off in back layouts, stag layouts, changing legs while turning 90 degrees and into a T. And he rolls this over into an inverted T and stands it up into a compass and over into a T, all with seemingly no effort. Now he scissor kicks back into a compass. Here you can see just how close Bruno stays with him. Now does a half-twisting back loop into a stag, rotating the other direction, now a daffy. Reverses it and starts it spinning. Now look how Bruno goes low, then high, counter-rotates as Marco goes into a pinwheel. Turns it into barrel rolls, back to a pinwheel, and a daffy, now a straddle, great form, back looped with a twist. And he back layouts right by the camera for the ending. Look at Bruno, he's happy with that dive.
Signora? Sì, io stava...
Hey, how was it? How was it up there?
Oh, it was good. Good job.
First place with the highest team score of the meet, Mana and Broken.
The men's final leaderboard confirms the silver medals going to Kokobu and Raymond, and the bronzes to Zipser and Vale. In sky surfing, Calkins and Capogrico take the demonstration title.
In second place, there was no second place. We had a two-way tie with Stewart, Cottingham, and Coyne Paul.
After the tie for first in the women's division, Tompkins and Cunningham get to take the bronzes back with them down under.
Round one, Tammy knocked it out. She did an excellent job. Round two was a combination of both our skills.
It's nice that it turned out this way, and I think it's especially nice this year to share the championship with someone else who's so deserving.
We thought, I will wait until next year. And then some people said, okay, no, you should go this year to just watch and learn.
And that's going to do it for the SKYBLAZIN World Championships. Any final thoughts, Don, before we get out of here?
What I've seen here today just blows me away. The